Hey, it's James Spann, a Sunday night special. This is Sunday night. We're live here on Sunday evening, and let's see the time. It's 7:21, and the point of this live video is to talk about the severe weather potential for Alabama tonight, Sunday night, June 11th. And let's go right to the radar. And again, if you're watching this video later, this won't be quite as helpful because obviously in a situation like this, the storms are moving pretty quickly. So again, this is live at 7:22, Sunday night, June 11th, 2023. And what we have, you can see several clusters of strong to severe storms pushing into the northwest corner of Alabama. And you can see that we have one severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Lauderdale and Colbert counties for the storm that's approaching the shoals. And the main concern with the storms tonight will be coming from strong straight line winds and large hail. And we'll talk about that as we go this evening. In fact, let's do this. Let's kind of take a closer look at some of the storms in progress here across the northwestern part of the state. The storms have actually weakened approaching the shoals, and they're moving out of that severe thunderstorm warning polygon that's over parts of western Lauderdale and western Colbert counties. And again, there's been some weakening there. We do note the storm down in Franklin County has actually intensified west of Russellville. Down here, and this storm could be producing some hail. In fact, it probably is producing some hail. But again, what you see up in here, this stuff has been weakening over the past 10 minutes or so, which is a good thing. But notice the other storms back in parts of central Mississippi, and these things are really packing a punch. Storms coming down Interstate 22 near New Albany, Mississippi, then storms down to the south and west. And again, we've got some dynamics at play here we typically don't have in the summer. We typically don't have these enhanced risks in June, July, or August, but you can occasionally. And for the weather dweebs, this is the basic setup here. The upper low is over the Great Lakes, and there's a fairly strong belt of mid-level winds underneath that upper low that's cutting across the deep south. Typically this time of the year, winds aloft are light and variable, and there's just no wind dynamic support for big storms like this, but we actually have that this evening. So really quickly, we'll run through the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and you can see that we have this level 3 out of level 5 enhanced risk over about the northern half of the state. The areas there in orange. This would get down to Greensboro and Clanton and Alexander City, and then a level 2 out of 5 risk all the way down to the Alabama-Florida state line, and then a level 1 out of 5 risk in effect for the southern part of Mobile and Baldwin counties tonight. And again, we typically don't see that this time of the year, but we can certainly. So let's look at the probabilistic outlooks. This is the probabilistic outlook for severe wind. And keep in mind, by severe wind, the definition would be 58 miles per hour or greater. That is the criteria. So again, if you get a severe thunderstorm warning based on wind tonight, it would be indicating that winds could exceed 58 miles an hour. And needless to say, that certainly could create some problems there. And again, you can see in terms of the probabilities, that's, in fact, let me take myself off and you can see the legend down there. Actually, that's our severe thunderstorm watch. Here's the probabilistic outlook. Again, that's a 30 to 44% chance of damaging wind in that red area over the northern half of the state. So I'd say that's probably the main concern. This is the probabilistic outlook for hail tonight. And again, for areas north of Birmingham, for any one spot within 25 miles of a given point, the chance of severe hail, and by definition, that's 1 inch in diameter or larger, 30 to 44% within 25 miles of a given point. Typically, tornadoes don't happen here in summer, but again, we've got some wind dynamics, and there's a very, very low-end tornado probability for the Tennessee Valley, 2 to 4%. And that's just not the big concern. It's going to be from hail and strong winds. So this is the severe thunderstorm watch box that is in effect until 2 a.m. And you can see that in the southernmost counties in the watch would be Pickens, Tuscaloosa, Bibb, Shelby, Talladega, Clay, and Cleburne. And all the counties north, to the Tennessee state line. And again, if you're in that watch, just be aware that you're probably going to have some pretty rough storms. Now, it's not going to rain everywhere tonight. Again, if you look at the radar here, you can see that this stuff, it's not a solid line. It is clusters and line segments. And again, that'll be coming through. So for some, you might pick up an inch of rain tonight. For others, you might not get that much. But if you're underneath one of these storms, certainly you got potential for some problems here. And again, while we got the radar up, and again, for those that are watching this, we're doing it live, and the time in real time here at 7:27 Sunday night. And the Weather Service in Huntsville did post a severe thunderstorm warning polygon right there for this cluster that is now basically moving out of that polygon. And thankfully, that storm has weakened a good bit, and it's approaching the shoals. But if you are in Florence, Sheffield, Tuscumbia, Muscle Shoals, you'll have the chance of some, small hail, heavy rain, gusty winds, and of course, all these are going to feature the CLCs, the creepy-looking clouds, while we still have daylight here. We're getting close to the solstice, so we're going to see daylight for a while. The storms down into Franklin and parts of southwest Colbert counties, the storms you see down in through here, same thing. They might produce some small hail and gusty winds, but they're probably under the severe criteria. And remember, you just can't issue a warning for every summer storm that pops up. If you get warning after warning after warning, nobody pays attention. So again, that's the setup there. And the heavier storms are clearly back in this region here, back in parts of North Mississippi. In fact, I would suggest some really large hail is falling in this core here west of New Albany, Mississippi, and probably some large hail falling here just to the south of Holly Springs. That all these storms are kind of lined up along Interstate 22 coming out of Memphis down toward Tupelo and ultimately northwest Alabama. On the positive side, the one good thing about the timing, obviously, as the sun goes down, the air tends to be a bit more stable. And stable atmosphere is a good thing, and the storms will probably start to weaken after 9, 10 o'clock tonight. But even after 9 or 10, they could still produce some hail and strong winds. And it's going to be a situation where it might be midnight or a little bit after that to where really the storms begin to settle down somewhat. So again, if you're just joining us here, we are doing a special live here on Sunday night just for these strong to severe storms pushing into the state. And again, let me kind of go through some of the basics here for those that missed it. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect for pretty much the northern half of the state, north of a line from near Aliceville to Brent, Calera, Sylacauga, Ashland, and Ranburne. The areas in yellow on that map. We've got this level 3 out of 5 risk over about the northern half of the state for tonight. Level 2 out of 5 risk down to the Florida state line. Level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for Mobile and Baldwin counties. The two main concerns obviously will be strong straight line winds. And again, this is the probabilistic outlook for damaging winds. And by definition, this is 58 miles per hour or greater. And what this map is suggesting here is that the chance of damaging wind within 25 miles of a given point tonight is 30 to 44%. That's a fairly high number. And for hail, severe hail, that's 1 inch in diameter or larger. In the red zone there, that's areas north of Birmingham, same thing. The chance of hail, 1 inch in diameter or larger, within 25 miles of a given point is 30 to 44%. And again, tornadoes, we just don't expect that to be a problem. I know there have been a couple of warnings up in Tennessee, but the conditions do not favor that. But again, the deal is we have these stronger winds coming around the base of that upper low that's over the Great Lakes, kind of setting the stage for this stuff here tonight. So again, don't want to stay here for a long time. I mean, we don't expect any tornado warnings. We don't expect to be wall-to-wall on television tonight. But just wanted to let you see in real time what's coming in here. So don't be shocked if you get some pretty rough storms if you're in the northern half of Alabama tonight. And again, that severe thunderstorm watch is currently in effect until 2 o'clock. So in terms of northwest Alabama, and again, doing the update live here at 7:31 p.m. Sunday night, the severe thunderstorm warning is expired for Lauderdale and Colbert. There are no active warnings in Alabama. We've got the cluster of rain and storms now from just west of the Shoals down to just west of Russellville through parts of Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin counties. Those storms are under classic severe criteria. That is, at this point, those storms do not have damaging wind, 58 miles per hour or greater, and they do not have 1 inch diameter hail. But still, they're fairly strong. The storm near Tishomingo, Mississippi looks a little stronger, but again, these are the ones that are the stronger ones on radar at this point. And again, large hail is likely falling just to the west-southwest of New Albany, Mississippi. Probably have some hail in this storm, maybe large hail south of Holly Springs, Mississippi. And again, these other storms are producing some hail and strong winds as well. And all of that will ultimately be pushing into the western and northwestern part of Alabama, then slowly working their way eastward tonight. And again, we don't expect a tornado problem. The concern, hail and strong straight-line winds. And, of course, we'll watch things carefully, and if we need to come back, we'll come back on the air. So we'll just kind of go back here to regular social media programming at 7:32. Thank you guys for watching. And, again, if we need to come back, we'll do that. We might do that a little later on this evening, but we'll be watching these things like a hawk. Thank you guys for watching. The next video, regularly scheduled live video here, will be tomorrow morning about 5:15. And then tomorrow afternoon at 2:45. And if you're new here, I do these typically twice a day, the video forecast updates, but occasionally we'll do special ones like this. And we simulcast them live on my Facebook and YouTube channel both. So again, thank you guys for watching. We will see you later tonight if need be or early in the morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great Sunday night. Stay safe and God bless.